Hello, everybody. We are here with where to go and what to throw. And I have two of my famous, and most friendliest friends on the planet who are joining us. And let me see if I can bring them up right now. We are talking about Alicia Corville as well as my good friend Keith Mercado. Now, Keith is known as Kima Coach. Now, I never asked him what that meant, but want to find out exactly what does Kima Coach mean?
Well, Kima is the city we are in. Kima, Texas. Been here for over 40 years. Oh, good Lord. I've had this business, Kima Coach, and we started off selling Coach apparel, which was pretty expensive. and make a long story short, I'm so far off the beaten path of the shops here in Kima at the time that I went back to college, got a degree in graphics and applied science, and here I am now doing graphics and promotional products.
And a fishing show.
Yes, you guys are real busy. And I'm stuck on this one graphic, where to go and what to throw, but I still want to carry out the conversation until I work things out. Now, I have a graphic, and it is of something that you guys did last year, and it is the Tour de Texas.
Tour de
Yes. Now, the thing is, you did it in a very unique vessel, and I want to let our viewers see the vessel that you guys did all of this in.
Oh, what's our story?
Yeah.
If I can show that vessel, and I'm not able to show it for some reason, but I can hear you guys. But let me just show some other pictures of the vessel you have, because it's very unique, very different. I, for one, had not seen anything like it, and wanted to find out if you could explain, the both of you, how you go out on this thing, and you don't just fish. You guys really have fun.
We do. Lots of fun.
Yeah. I was actually throwing a benefit for Tim Miller down here. I would throw a benefit every year. We'd pick a different event and a nonprofit to raise money, and it just happened to be Tim Miller, and they were raffling off this boat and a trip somewhere to Europe or something. And so I just thought I was giving some money to charity, and about a year later or something, I get a phone call. The guy says, "Hey, Keith,
You want a boat?
you want a boat?" But to be honest with you, we still don't know if it's a boat or not. We don't know what it is, but we really enjoyed it, and ever since then, it's just been a hoot.
Now, I think I may have found the video.
Yeah, there we are.
And there you guys on this little thing. It's really cool, tell you the truth.
It is a lot of fun.
It's really cool.
Some of the places we have been actually a little scary, because we're actually on. You're like on the water.
We are.
I mean, anything could jump on that boat or whatever.
It has.
It has.
Almost an alligator.
Now, you have a big motor on the back of it. Tell me about that, because I mean that looks like a lot of power for a little vessel.
30 Evinrude does about 25 knots. It'll get up and scoot. Yeah, but you're limited to the wind and waves. You got to be sure you're careful and watch those waves and the wind when you go out, because you don't want to be caught and stuck somewhere.
Yeah, we've been in some pretty big waves. I'm not happy about them, but she handles pretty well, and you really can't do a whole lot of top speed when it's pretty wavy up there.
Now, the boat has been actually, Budweiser was the original owner of this I'm going to call it a vessel, and then it was auctioned off. Since I've had it, it's been in two major magazines. They did stories on it, and it was on a commercial for vacation. A little operation out of Austin, Texas, did a commercial. And I think you can still find it on social media. Vacation in Kima.
Yep.
Now, you take the boat around to various locations because you're trying to get people back outdoors, aren't
Absolutely.
you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we started in 2020 when COVID hit, and we noticed that people were stuck inside. They, you know, everybody was panicking. People weren't getting out. Businesses were, wondering what they were going to do. They could, they didn't have any customers coming in, and being loving the water and being out fishing. Alicia's from New Orleans. We were headed to New Orleans anyway. I said, why don't we take this boat and let's just make a whole show out of it? And we had no itinerary in 2020. We just took off, and every 2 hours we would stop and film people, film the locals, film bait camps, and try to show, people all over the world. Actually, we got people from all over the world. Just places they can get out, take the family or take your friends, and get out and have a good time, and help the businesses that were at the time and maybe still are struggling.
Absolutely.
Now, Alicia, tell me about your experience on it, because you are not only the co-pilot, but you're also the cinematographer. You're taking a lot of the pictures.
I am. I mean, we kind of have a share role. He's kind of the PR guy in the face, and I do all the technical stuff in the background. Of course, we both fish as much as we can. I'm not saying we catch anything, but we definitely fish.
What do we say? We're fishermen. We're just not catchmenmen.
Yeah, exactly. But I get to sit back and just enjoy. He has to navigate and figure out where the boat's going to go and be the captain and where he thinks the fish are going to be. And then I just get to sit back and look at the beautiful scenery and kind of capture what I think the audience might view as beautiful. And a lot of times I capture a lot of stuff that I think is beautiful.
So in 2020, we called it the Louisiana Tour. We have probably, on our YouTube channel, we probably have, 9, 10, 11 shows of our Louisiana tour. And like we said, we had no itinerary. We just, we didn't know where we were staying. Or, we would have to find a place to stay every day. And then we would go out and find a bait camp, a boat ramp, just start talking to the local people. And I'm telling you, Louisiana was just amazing.
Of course it was.
Just amazing. The people, they invite you into their home. It was just crazy. We've got lifelong friends now all over the coast of Louisiana.
If you look at our earlier stuff, you've seen we've learned quite a
little bit, on our video, so we know nothing. We know nothing about fishing. We know nothing about editing. We know nothing about nothing. But we try to put something nice and funny to watch. And I don't know, maybe it is.
There was one live feed where we were just going at it and didn't realize the camera had started to slide. So you started seeing nothing but our chest by the end of the show.
And we didn't even know that. So we were talking for 20 minutes, and then people were just staring at our knees, and we didn't even notice. We went back and watched it. But just funny things like that.
Definitely.
When I talked about you guys having fun, here's another clip I wanted to show, because you were towing someone.
Alicia?
There's something back there.
That's right. Finally pulled something in.
What the heck is back there?
Got Mark and Tina in tow. We're going to take them over here too and drop them off at these weeds.
You guys have fun out there.
That was in Hackberry, Louisiana, at a friend of mine's bait camp. That they were really destroyed during Hurricane Laura, and we've actually got videos of post Hurricane Laura and after, or
Pre-and post.
Yeah, and also in Grand Isle during Ida, we also have before and after videos. But that was a fishing tournament just last year. We did July 4th. And that's Mark and Tina with the bait butler. They came out with us. We were raising money for to rebuild this bait camp. And what they didn't know was where we were going to drop, where we were going to cut the rope, right? They didn't know.
The fish are not there.
Fish aren't there. But there you go.
It was a tournament.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And that's just another example. We did not know them before we started Where's the Fish, and we met them through Where's the Fish, and then now we're just lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You know.
And see, I wanted to ask you about Where's the Fish, because I didn't even mention it, didn't even say anything to begin with. Tell the folks who are watching, all three of them, tell us about Where's the Fish and your unusual way of spelling where's.
Well, I don't know. Of course, it's a question, right? Where's the fish? But everybody knows where the question mark goes. We were just playing around. I said, well, why don't we put it right there between the E and the S, and then it kind of worked. And then I guess it was about 4 months later. Some friends of ours, Debbie Hart, used to live here in Kemah, was the director of marketing here in Kemah at the time, and she said, Keith, why don't you start using WTF? And we were like, what? WTF? And so it just stuck, and we're like, okay, we'll use WTF. So Where's the Fish? That's kind of how it started.
Well, we had tossed around different names, and one of them was going to be Here Fishy Fishy, or a couple of things we threw around, and then we realized Where's the Fish? Because what happens when you ask someone, where's the fish?
They don't tell you.
Then I tell them.
Everybody tells us they're over here. And I guarantee you, because you watch our videos.
They're over there.
Yeah.
No,
you watch our videos. People tell us to go left.
He takes it right.
We go right, because we know they're not telling us where those fish really are.
I'm not going to tell you where the fish
are. So what are you trying to say about, are those Texas fishermen, Louisiana fishermen?
Well, we did the Louisiana tour was 2020. 2021 we did our Texas tour, where we left Galveston and we went all the way to Mexico. Same thing, no itinerary. We just took off. We tried to stay as close to the Gulf as we could, and same thing. It's just, I guess the cuisine's a little different. I think we probably gained a little more weight on our Louisiana tour than we did on our Texas tour. But
the universal answer to Where's the Fish is a very generic, maybe in the vicinity of over there. Yeah. It's a universal answer. Never going to be exactly there.
Yeah. We loved it, man. Texas is, people don't understand it. I see people still today getting on planes and going to Cancun and going to Florida. And I'm like, man, you need to stay right here at home.
Right.
There's places to see up and down this Texas coast that are just amazing. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful.
But see, you get a chance to see it in a different light because of the size of your vessel and where your vessel can move in and out where other boats can't.
Yeah.
So you're at an advantage there.
Yeah,
we were in a ditch one time. The water started going out.
The water started going out. I told Alicia, we better get out of here. We're gonna be stuck in a ditch for a day or two.
We definitely could get in some very, very shallow water when we actually go out on someone else's boat with them. We can't take them to the places that we go because the boat, it just simply won't go into locations.
Yeah. Okay, now tell me about your on-stream that you have on Friday evenings.
Well, every Friday we do a live. I have, now that we've been all over the Gulf Coast of Louisiana and Texas, I have about 30-something bait camps that call me or text me every Friday and give me a bait report, and if they have any fishing tournaments. So we turn around and do a live show every Friday. We have some of the biggest names in the fishing industry guests every Friday. One or two guests every Friday, and then we give the bait report to let the anglers know, hey, who has bait. Me and Alicia were going fishing, and every morning we'd spend an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, looking for bait. And I said, Alicia, we got to make it easier. How can we make it easier to tell people, look, okay, this place don't have bait, or they don't have this.
They don't have the live today.
They don't have the live today for any, for some reason. So hey, maybe you want to start over here. So and it kind of works out.
Now I know sometimes the shrimpers, they bring in their bait mid-morning. And usually you would think that they would bring it in early morning, but then that puts pressure on whoever's receiving the shrimp because they have to keep them alive for the next day.
Yeah, I think look, I don't know a lot. Well, actually, I don't know anything about shrimp. But I think there is a law with Texas Parks and Wildlife where shrimpers cannot shrimp at night. I could be wrong, but I think there is some type of a law in effect that they cannot shrimp at night.
Well, I think that's the case in Galveston Bay.
Oh,
It may not be the case in other areas, but in
You're
Galveston
right.
Bay, they prevent all types of shrimping at night.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's safety reasons because it's the way the bay is situated. That's my assumption. But yeah, it gets challenging because you know fishermen are typically up at the crack of dawn and want that bait, so they can get out there to their little honey hole before the sun rises. And if you can't find the bait, you're missing that prime time.
Yeah, you're a fishing guy. You got customers. They didn't know where that bait is. It was funny. We had a guy last night on Facebook. We were watching his show, and he said, we got this guy. Keith and Alicia on this show, Where's the Fish? Every Friday they give a bait report. Okay. And he was like, I know that Friday I was the only bait shop that had live croaker, and because Keith told us.
Keith told us so. But we do it. We have bait camps from South Padre all the way to the Mississippi Louisiana border.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start your program on Fridays? Because it's not something that you just come up and say, oh, well, we're going to do this. You had to think about it. And you had to think hard and long.
Well, I think it was because we typically fish Saturday morning or Sunday morning. Yeah. So you don't want to know what bait is going to happen on Wednesday, Thursday. You kind of want to know for the weekend what's happening for the weekend, what bait's going to be available, what fishing tournaments. You may not want to go fishing somewhere where there's a huge fishing tournament.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do. So it's kind of, I think, part of that thought.
Yeah,
process.
we were doing a live on some other day. I don't know what it was, Monday or Tuesday, and we were like, you know what? Let's just do something regular. Let's do it every Friday. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because we started like I think we had some people on on the camera or wanted to come into our little studio. It's really not a studio, but they're always worried, oh, I got to have makeup, or oh, I got to look this way or that way. So we finally said, you know what, we're just going to be a phone call interview.
Right.
You could be eating bonbons or something. It doesn't matter. We're going to call you. So that way it always worked. It didn't matter where they were at. They were going to answer the phone.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and we'll go we'll go somewhere on a Friday and do a live. If we're going to be fishing that Saturday, we'll go and stay that Friday night, do a live, just kind of let people know where we're at, kind of give them a view of what the environment is and where we are, just in case they want to come down and check the place out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you guys going to do another tour this year when you get some time off?
Yes,
our time off is over.
No, I told Keith I'm looking at our itinerary and I'm exhausted, but we haven't even started yet. Yes, we leave for our Mississippi tour June 3rd through 13th, where we will, we collect all the video over the 10 days. We stay at a different hotel every night, different place, different location. It's nonstop. And then all that video is stored up and we begin editing, and then it's released, when the fishing season for us ends.
Yeah, when it gets cold, we run that. Like we're just finishing up our Texas tour on our YouTube. We have South Padre Island, and then we have Corpus Christi, and then it's done. So there's probably like 2 more weeks left of the Texas tour on our YouTube channel, and then next week begins our our tour for 2022.
Yeah, because we can't fish on our boat in the winter. Yeah. There's a 100% chance of getting wet.
You're gonna get wet.
So
and the water's too cold for that.
It gets cold and windy.
Cold. And cold's one thing, but cold and wet, no, not happening. So.
Yep. So we leave. Our first stop is in Venice, Louisiana, because we didn't get to go to Venice on our Louisiana tour. So we're going to stop in Venice, Louisiana, and then after that, we leave. Yeah, we usually go an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm a boat rap, I guess. I mean, if I see a boat ramp sign, public boat ramp, I mean, it's a U-turn, and you go and.
We find some interesting things just because we don't plan. The whole just like our others, we have a starting point, we have the end point, and we have the return point. And anything that happens in between,
This is game.
It's whatever happens.
Yeah. But I tell you what, man, it's. I tell people today, it's probably one of the best trips I've ever been on. Both of them, Texas and Louisiana. I mean, it just
we've had fun.
Just the different cultures, the people we've met, the boat ramps. I mean, the food.
We've had very, very few people actually shoo us away, and I mean very few. I think we maybe 2 that couldn't be bothered by us, and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you just say later for them and move on.
Absolutely, but almost everyone is just friendly and excited, and
some of the bait camps, some of the big bait camps we'd go to, they didn't need help. We'd hit a couple that were just really big. They had RV parks and all kinds of things happening. But there's I mean, even still today, there's a lot of little bait camps out there that, they were very inviting. Anything we can do to help them out, that's what we're just trying to do.
The biggest thing that shocks me for the 2 tours that we've done, and even the stuff that we've done in between, is how many of these bait camps are generationally run.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking 1, 2, and 3 generations. We're talking 5 generations deep.
We found one several. 6 and 7, I think. It was amazing. It's
amazing how passionate the entire family is about.
And to hear their stories, and to hear those stories, how this bait camp was handed down generation after generation. It was just the stories were just amazing.
One, and I could tell you who actually got the property because their great grandfather was squatting the property.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can tell you who that is. Good, but it's on one of the shows, and it was kind of funny. It's a very prominent bait camp in the area, and so the history is that great grandfather was
almost lost it.
Almost lost it. So,
but very interesting stuff, man. I mean, we got stories that I mean, we could sit and talk for weeks and weeks and weeks of some of the craziest things we've seen and done, and but enjoyed every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said a lot of your stuff is on YouTube. Why don't you let folks know exactly where they can find it on YouTube?
Actually, the easiest way to find the YouTube channel is go to our Facebook page. And if you go to the Facebook page and hit the watch video button right underneath the main thing, it'll bring you straight to our YouTube channel. And that's the absolute easiest way to get to it.
And remember, it's Where's the Fish?
The question mark.
Question mark between the E and the S. Where's the Fish on Facebook? And there's over 100 and something bait camp videos from Texas and Louisiana. And then on our Facebook page, there's probably another 50 just local bait camps, So because
when we're not, we do the tour, but also this time of year, we do charity events and we do fishing tournaments and we do, like for example, this Friday, we're going to be doing live in the 61st Street Fishing Pier, just to kind of promote them. And so when we're not on tour and it's fishing season, all those videos hit every Wednesday.
Yeah. Whatever we do that weekend, we edit, put a video together, and that comes out Wednesdays on YouTube.
Okay, all righty. It has been a wonderful time just chatting with you guys. Love talking to you.
Hey.
Love your boat. Because when you haven't seen anything like that, and then all of a sudden you do see something like that, it's like, wow, this is amazing.
I changed the name. It's a Craig cat. It comes out of Orlando, Florida, but I changed the name to Keith's cat. So
that's right.
I just call it Keith's cat.
In fact, I think we have. If you
guys, it's on the other side, but yeah, there's the Craig cat.
All right. Well, like I said, it is a pleasure. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you've been doing, because you're really helping some folks out, but in the process, you're enjoying life. And that's one of the most important things there is, to enjoy life as it comes, as it goes, and if you can help somebody in the process, that's just an added thing to life itself.
Amen.
And you guys seem to be doing all of that. So I should appreciate you chatting with me this evening.
Thanks.
And next time we will talk a little bit more about where to go and what to throw, because you guys know, because you've been there, You done that. And we just want to try and pick your brain on anything that you can. So we do appreciate you. We love you. Alicia, you take care of that man, okay?
I will.
And Keith, you do the same with her now.
Oh, yeah. I make sure she's got her life jacket on.
And you need to figure out where to keep that bait on that little boat.
Oh, I know, really.
Right?
You know, because I was trying to figure out, he has enough space for his feet. He has enough space for a little rod and reel. But where's the bait?
We got this little bitty bait, this little bitty bait bucket. I swear, it only holds like 3 shrimp, and then we got this little igloo that holds like three Coke cans and a water bottle, and
that's a stringer.
It.
And a stringer is our live well.
You know, but even though you have those limitations, you've been able to do some amazing stuff.
We have.
And I, for one, will be checking out the stuff on YouTube, and maybe others will check it out as well, because you really need to let people know what you're doing.
Hey, and anybody out there, I mean, if you got an event coming up, you're an angler or something, let us know. We don't charge our videos. It's all free. We're just out trying to help as best we can.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. And next time we'll talk a little bit more about where to go and what to throw. All right. Okay, I just